Hello, this is Brandon. Today I'll be going over a Joseki from a pro game that I'm going to be reviewing in the future. And I thought it'd be good to go over all the Josekis played in the pro game before I show the pro game, so that when I do it, you guys can understand the opening a little bit better. Go ahead and get started. The first Joseki we will be going over is this high approach. This move is normally to stay light and avoid complications too early. So black can Tanuki here. Then he can play this attach or this one. This one is probably the simpler one. Black normally always goes here, and white has three options. Can extend here, or black will normally play this knight's move, and then white has two ways to block at A or B, depending on what direction that white wants. White can also hane here. And here black gets a pretty nice corner, but white gets influence and sente. And the last one is this turn here, which this one is more for points, because black will normally do this hane here. And if white does this one, it's very, very good for black. He gets a lot of points here and lots of influence on this side. So when this hane is played, white has to play B. And then it turns into this squeeze, where black can either take the two stones, and white has sente, or black can make an extension at A, and then white takes these stones and gets a lot of points in the corner. And next is this attach. A bit more complicated. The older way, or more classic way, is probably to goes like this, where white gets the top and black gets the right side. If black were to leave out that last move, then white has this peep here, to where black gets very weak. So black has to play this move here. If white tries to do this peep early, though, then it's just not good. Black gets the corner, white has to try and capture the stone, and there's just lots of weakness over here. So it's just not good to do. And probably the more modern way is to do this extension here. And this is the only move for white. And then black can do this attach, which is probably the more common way. And black can do this extension here, but normally it doesn't work out too well, because black really needs a stone around here for it to work. If it's not there, then black kind of has to do this one, but if white attaches, then it's just captured anyway, and then has to try and run out somehow, which there's no good way to really do it. Black will just get pressed down. But if there was already a stone over here somewhere, then it might work. But if that's not there, then normally this is not a good way to play. So normally black will just turn here. Then it turns into this squeeze, which is probably my favorite variation here for black. It's lots of influence here. And white has to try and use this stone somehow. Another move that white can try instead of this one is this Atari. This turns out a little bit better for black, I think. Black gets the corner, and white gets some influence. And the only way I think this might be good for white is if white has stones in these corners, so that I can build this side and then kind of reduce this area. Or black can do this one, which is a bit more complicated, or at least looks more complicated. Because there's a lot more that can go wrong if you don't know it. Like if white were to cut here right away, you have to know that you can do this one, and then there's this ladder here, or this attach. And if you try to extend here, there's the same issues. So white needs to turn here, to which there's still some weakness here later, and some good in game for black. And black normally turns here, and black gets a nice strong shape. White can also consider this hane, and then turn. But black is even stronger than before, and then there's still this cut at A. So generally this move is not recommended. But black does not have to tanuki here. Black can also respond with A or B. If black responds with this one, then white locally can play this way, and then either jump here or jump here. But this one is probably easier to use. And then black kind of needs to add a move here. If that move is left out, then this move is almost sente, just because how weak it is in the corner. So it's normally a good idea to do this extension. And if there's a stone over here, white can also play pretty lightly and do something like this, or low. With the high one, if black were to play here, then white can do this one. And again, nice and flexible and fast. Or if black were to play on this side, then white just blocks here and makes a base. And it's similar with the low shape. If black blocks this side, white goes here. Or if black goes here, white can make a base over here. Black can also go here. And then white again has lots of options. A is probably the most common. But black can go here and then extend and get a large corner, and then white has sente. And sometimes people don't like that black gets such a big corner and wants to kind of reduce it a little bit. Where black can still play moves around here to reduce white and grow his own corner. But it's not as big as when black had to play here directly. And this move also gets rid of some aji in the corner that he could play later. And white can also just tanuki here. If black pincers far, lots of ways for white to stay flexible and light. And if black pincers close, same way. A or B, white is pretty easy to live, or at least make good shape and get out to the center. And I think that's about it for the simple variations. There are a few more, but we'll stop here. Those are the most basic ones. And a lot of variations here, so you're probably going to have to rewatch this or go over it on your own and try it out in your games. But hopefully you understand this a little bit better for when I go over the pro game. I hope you enjoyed this, If you do or don't, let me know in the comments below. Or if you have any recommendations for how I can improve it. Thanks for watching.